today,
Recording in progress.
then the recording is in progress. We know a few things are right around the corner. Colder weather. A sincere congratulations and well-deserved. I promise you, well-deserved. Last year was a great year in Region 14 basketball. Doug alluded to it. On my bingo card that I always have for this meeting, more than one person will probably say, and we've already had it, so it's already checked off that this is the toughest league in the nation. Women's basketball throughout the years has backed that up immensely. Men's basketball last year lit it up. So congratulations to Angelina, quarterfinal Elite Eight experience, Panola, semifinals, and Trinity Valley with the national championship. Makes us all look good, so congrats. But as you guys have probably said, that was 24-25, and we are now in 25-26. So let's get the bingo cards ready, and let's hear from our Region 14 coaches. We were going to start with women's basketball. We're going to start with Jocelyn Hernandez with Coastal Bend, who will lead us on the We're off to a good start. There we go. Sweet. Yes. We got you.
Okay, great. Happy to be here. Thank you to our AD and to our president, Dr. Suarez, for giving us the opportunity. This is my first year as head coach, third year coaching, so moved pretty quickly up the line, but happy that everyone has trust in me to take on this role. And I'm a firm believer that God doesn't give us more than we can handle. So just taking it day by day. A little bit about our team. We have 4 returns this year. Clarice Howard got heavy minutes last year from Huntsville, Texas. Huntsville kid takes a bunch of pride in defense and just looking to expand her game a little more offensively. Hopefully she can be a strong scorer for us this season. Then we got our set of twins, they're returning, just like Aquarius, Giselle, Jalissa King. Played similar, strong shooters, but overall had a good season towards the end of last season. So looking to carry that over into this season. Excited to see what we can get this year. And then our last sophomore, Zayvon Ross, our sophomore raw size last year. Seems like every year it's really hard to get some height over there at Coastal College. But we roll the punches and we do what we can. So Haven's currently coming from an injury, but once we get her going, it's going to be nothing but good things. She had solid minutes last year, and she looked at Region 14's life. So I'm excited to see her play. Then we have 3 transfers. Anaya Robinson from College. She didn't play a whole lot last year due to her knee injury, but she's ready to go this season. She has a chip on her shoulder, super quick, fast, solid defender. Jada Mitchell, she's a transfer from Hardin Simmons College or University. 5'8" guard, a little bit taller. I actually saw her senior year of high school, so I'm happy that we had a full circle moment when we got her here at Coastal Bend College. But she's a really good kid, all around the court, our hardest worker. Learned a lot from her overall. Super coachable, adaptable. She's a coach's kid, so I love her. Mahaya Twine from Howard College, solid pick as well. Glad we got to get her this year. She's just a pure competitor. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be Michael Jordan in front of her, and she's gonna think that she has the advantage, and she'll just compete like crazy. Super crafty, excited to watch. Offensively and defensively, she has it down to the T. Then we have our 4 true freshmen. One of our freshmen, Malaya Sweats, she's actually with the volleyball squad right now. So letting her kind of stay with the volleyball team. We don't have her yet with us working out, but excited to have her help us down low on the glass, strong presence in the paint, just pure athlete, pure athleticism. She can jump out the gym. Our next freshman is Leanne Sanchez. She's a shooting guard, strong shooter from the Austin area. She's our Puerto Rican kid. She has something to prove. It's gonna be really exciting to see her play this year. She's my little gym rat. Loves to be in the gym. Loves constantly working on her game. So excited for her as well. Then we have Brianna Barnes, another guard from Brownsville, Texas. She's silent, but she lets her game do the talking. I love her. She's great on and off the court. But I think, with her first year of college, she'll get more familiar with exactly what college speed is and the pace we kind of run at. And then our last freshman is Donna Hodges from San Antonio. Right now she has an injury she's coming from, but hopefully we can get her pretty soon and go full speed. Great facilitator, great ball handler, all the good stuff. Pretty much full guards, but we're rolling with the punches, like I said. We're going to show up every night, compete. We have a pretty strong preseason that will hopefully prep us for Region 14 play. Playing a lot of Region 5, McLennan, Hill, Cisco, Ranger, Craig Phillips, bunch of competition from Region 5. But ultimately, I'm excited for the season. I think that we have a strong defensive presence. I'm excited about this growth and just looking forward to watching us grow and compete in my Region 14. And also just being surrounded by great coaches that Region 14 has. That's all I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jocelyn. I did get a note handed to me. The negative of pointing out some individual honors is you missed one, and I can't believe I missed this one because this guy rocks. He rocks not only at the school he's at, but he rocks for our conference, does all of our website and media, social media stuff. But Chris Paddock went into the Kilgore College. I apologize. I know that's going to haunt me. Next speaker, Jeff Jenkins from Blaine College, also on Zoom.
Can you hear me?
Gotcha, Jeff.
Got me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. Appreciate all Phil Higgs and Brandon Ogden and Benny Rogers do for this region. I think I've been in this league 27 years also. They've been great. To be able to have a media day in junior college level is a huge deal, and I just want to appreciate all they do and all the people at Tyler Junior College that helped put this on. Last year we were 24-8, but we had 8 sophomores, and all 8 of the sophomores found 4-year universities to go to, and with them, 82% of the scoring and 82% of the rebounding. So we kind of have to reload. We do have 4 returners. They're all 4 athletic, competitive players. They just didn't get a lot of minutes because of those 8 sophomores. And we got a little transfer from Ranger College who can play a little bit. So we do have 5 sophomores to go with 10 freshmen. And we're hoping after a few lumps and bumps and bruises in November that hopefully 4 or 5 of those freshmen will help us in conference play come January. I want to congratulate Precious for winning the conference championship last year and Stephanie for winning the regional championship at Kilgore. They represented us really well, and congratulations to all the men's teams and their finishes in the national tournament. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Jeff. Our next speaker, we're now one of the ones that are here. Addie Lease makes a return to Region 14. We talked about her earlier. She missed Texas. So, Addie.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to start out by clearing the air. Okay, I know some of you in here are happy to see me back, and some of you are not. Either way, the feeling is mutual. Okay, excited to be back in Texas. I've coached in this region before, so I'm familiar with many faces in here today. Oh, and I love me some competition. Okay, so just getting to chat with some of these coaches that have already been here for decades has been an experience for myself and also maybe a better coach in person. Let's get to the good stuff. I tip my hat to every coach in here. I know what we do is not easy. Okay, and I know we spend a lot of our time adapting and shaping and molding all of these student athletes, and I know what we do is not easy. So tip my hat to y'all. I do pray everyone has a successful and a prosperous season. What can you expect from Angelina College women's basketball? A lot of grit, a lot of discipline, a lot of integrity, and a lot of gratitude. These are all of our core values that we implement each day. We say that our players are extensions of their head coaches, right? So you may or may not see a little feistiness from some of our players. That's me. Those of you that have seen me coach, you know what I'm talking about. I know I see some head nods in the back row, so they know. We're excited though. We prepare to compete. We prepare like every day's a game day, and like we're not promised tomorrow. So we've got a great group coming. This season we have players from Texas, from the Boots. We have one from Tennessee, one from Arkansas. Not one of those coaches that limits where we recruit. Really excited to venture out and see who wants to be a part of our family at Angelina College. Our focus this fall has been on the standard and building a strong foundation. And we all know what that translates to, wins at the end of the day, right? And graduating student athletes at the end of the year. Put a lot of emphasis on, being a great student, being a great teammate, developing a sisterhood, serving the community, and ultimately developing servant leaders. We are only good as the people we surround ourselves with. So I've got the best assistant in the country. She's actually here with me today, Mercedes Corona, first class. She pushes us every single day, and she invests not only in them as students and athletes, but as people. And so I'm appreciative of her hard work. It does not go unnoticed, so thank you, Coach C. Shout out to our president, Dr. Simon, who has been most supportive, our leadership team as well. And now my AD, I know he's in the room, so I gotta watch what I say, right? I bet most of you are wondering what it's like to work alongside somebody like that, but I can tell you, we mesh well because he's a competitor. And he's a believer in you reap what you sow. So we always cross paths. Some days we don't even get to speak because he's probably putting out fires. He's multitasking, he wears many hats, but we appreciate what he does. He's also in the business of shaping young men. And so I've had the opportunity to watch them daily, and I'm excited to see what they do this season. Player-wise, we've got a couple. I brought Timberland Washington with me today. This is a dog. This is a player that will run through a brick wall. This is a player that is always asking for more. I'm excited for a couple of things that she brings to the table. She's very vocal. She's on the cusp of becoming one of the best leaders I've ever coached. And she's also a leader in the process. So we're putting her through the ringer. Some days, we have that little frustration, but it's an understanding. She's a freshman, so she's got 2 years, and I have no doubts that she'll end up at a 4-year school running a program one day. We've also got another young lady, Desire Johnson. She's also from the boot. This young lady is going to bring some power, some strength to the inside. She can also step out. So versatility is her thing. Positionless is her thing as well. And then we've got a shooter from Lovelady, Texas, Alexis A.P. Price. I'm excited to see what she does, especially put the ball in the hole, but she's also able to change the look that teams give us. So excited to see what she does. Other than that, we've got a group of a lot of freshmen. It's probably on the bingo card, right? It's a buzzword, but we do have a couple of sophomores, and our goal this year is to establish a strong foundation. Our goal is to be in the mix and not to worry about what everybody thinks and what everybody says. We're backed by toughness and we're backed by grit. So that's what we're bringing to the table every single day. And I'll end with this. We are the road runners, so we want to play fast. And I tell the team this all the time. Slow feet don't eat, baby. So you better figure it out. You're going to be sitting by me on that bench. That's all I have for today. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Hey, Coach,
Yes, sir.
What's it going to feel like when you see that blue of Kilgore come into your gym when you go there?
What's it going to feel like? Well, I'm sure the gym will be packed, but I'm repping Angelina College blue, so that's the only blue I know. But I'm excited because I know a lot of people and have built a strong rapport relationship with a lot of people from the community of Kilgore, so I appreciate their support also. Thank you for that question. Any other questions? All right, thank y'all for having me here. Oh, yes, you got another one?
Has the league changed? I know it hadn't been too long you've been away, but anything different, you think, coming into the league?
Anything different? Well, one or two coaches. Other than that, no, no, sir, to answer your question. It's all the same, but that's why I love it, and that's what brought me back here. Any other questions? Thank y'all for having me today. Run.
Thank you.
I have slow feet don't eat on my bingo card, so that's pretty good. Well, Benny texted me twice and said I'm 0 for 2 now in mistakes, so we're supposed to do all the Zooms first to get those out of the way. And first of all, credit for John Burke for setting the Zooms up for us. We thank John for doing this because I know my technology is awful. So John, thank you. Brandon Martinez, I see you online there. So Brandon Martinez from Coastal Bend College will go next on Zoom.
Brandon Martinez, Coastal Bend, Belleville, Texas. I just want to give a couple of kudos out to our newly sworn in president, Dr. Zachary Suarez, and our athletic director, Penny Garza, for believing in me 3 years ago to put me in a position to be living a dream. It's been a dream every day. I'll always be grateful for the opportunity they presented to me Also wanted to give kudos to the region. I know it's going to be said over and over, but this is the toughest region in the country now, bar none, fight to the death to protect that. This year, the belief in Beeville is at an all-time high. We have 8 sophomores and 10 freshmen. 6 of them are transfers, 3 internationals, most I've ever coached, and 11 from Texas. We're long, we're deeper than I've ever been, and we like to push the ball and give a lot of pressure. I'm really excited about this group. Character-wise, these guys are the greatest kids I've ever been around, and I'm really appreciative of that. It makes for a better season. We have good kids to back good athletes, so I'm really excited about this group. I keep it short and sweet, so that's about all I have. Okay, questions for me?
Thank you, Coach. My wife, we have a ranch in Pettis, Texas, right outside yours, and I will be using Believeville from now on, so instead of Beeville. That's great.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks. I don't see, is Nick Wade on Zoom?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sweet. Okay, Nick Wade from Lee College is next.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for putting this on. I hate we couldn't be there today. One, I just want to not only thank everybody putting this on, just thank my president, Dr. B, and just our entire board of regents and everything for just the support that they have for Lee College and not only our athletic department, but absolutely the community and the basketball team as well. After last year, I think it was a great learning curve for myself, my program, and our team in general. I'm really excited to get back to it. I want to commend everybody in the league, Manola, Angelina, and Trinity Valley. You know what I mean? It was just spectacular, not only what they did on a national level, but from everything I'm seeing in the Jamborees this year, we're going to pick up right where we left off. Not only are we the toughest league in the country, I feel like we have the best coaches in the country too, from top to bottom. And going to war against these guys every day just makes me a better coach. And if you really love competition, you need to make your way to Region 14. We're turning 7 guys, and I'm really, really proud of them. They've really grown up. They bet on themselves, and they're really putting in the work to be successful, and they're leading our young freshmen the right way. So, as long as we play hard, and as long as, we can stay healthy and compete, I think that we're going to, keep the name of being a tough region, the toughest region alive. So, thank you guys. Good luck to everybody, and wishing everybody the best.
Thank you, Nick. Okay, that is all the Zoom people, right, Benny? Oh, for 2. I'm gonna get tired. And Landers is on deck, so if I do something else wrong. We'll go back to women's basketball, to Stephanie Williams. Gilmore College made a tremendous run last year, won the conference tournament, #1 Chipola run for their money. Stephanie Williams.
Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? I guess we all right. Starting off hot this morning. I want to reiterate everything that Mr. Tim Jones said. Congratulations to the men's side, the national runs that y'all have done, and TJC for hosting this and opening up your space to us. We really, really appreciate that. Let's just go ahead and get started. I think our main goal, especially me and Coach T have been talking about this a lot, Region 14 women's basketball has been known as some of the toughest competition. So y'all go ahead and get y'all bingo cards out because we're going to try, the first person to say bingo, I'm going to try to get the 5 out real quick. So, we want to get Region 14 basketball, women's basketball back to what it's been known. Getting three teams to the national tournament. We're going to come in and compete every single day. Everybody already knows that about us. So how we do that, Kilgore women's basketball, make sure we're starting off with a tough schedule. I mean, we've already played against Florida schools. We were last weekend at Dave Nilly. I know this weekend me and Paris are going to Memphis. And so already putting Region 14 back on the map as far as you're going to have to see somebody when you make it to the national tournament. At Kilgore, we have the core values of making sure that we're building integrity on and off the court. The only thing I really demand out of our girls is giving our best every single day. And if we don't have our best every single day, then we're going to do it again. Today I brought Anila Herbert, one of my returners. And she is a standout young lady on and off the court, straight A student. The way she carries herself is top tier, and the way she carries herself on the court is top tier, so we expect that of all of our players. I want to thank one of the best coworkers in the world, and Robert Bird. He's smooth. Women basketball coaches, y'all know, anytime that y'all can have a male basketball coach that lets you do whatever you want, it's a great day. We don't argue, we don't fuss, we don't fight. He's just, hey Birdman, it's one of the, I text him, I call him Birdman, 2:30, hey Birdman, it's one of them days. Have it, you go ahead. And then he just comes sit up top, and he watch me coach, and the girls looking at him like, Birdman, save us and tell this woman to stop right now. And he just starts to smile. Man, I want to thank my staff and Coach Bree Brooks, who's going to be the next head coach. Top notch. I mean, when anybody who's ever met her, she lights up her room. Coach Eddie, one of my student assistants, who's now my assistant, man, one of the best, hardest workers out there. My athletic director. I know everybody gonna come, like I said, y'all scratch out them bingo cards. But as y'all know, in our profession, it is what have you done for me lately? And so having a boss that allows me to have the freedom to do what I want and never question, keeps me in line, it's just absolutely amazing that I don't have to worry about my next move. I know that she has my back. Some of the best media people this side of the Mississippi River, and Chris and Manny. Y'all are amazing. And I know Jack's supposed to be political, but I know deep down inside you're a Ranger. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it. So that's the bingo card on everybody, and obviously, you know, Phil and everybody, thank y'all. So that's the bingo card on Scratch and all of them. We congratulated the men on the national tournament. We thank TJC. I thank everybody that's regarding Kilgore. We have 7 returners. And I have 8 sophomores. I only did 1 transfer this year, Janiyah Murphy, which I consider her to be mine because she should have been with me from the get-go. All seven returners played in the national game against Tipoff. So to be able to have that experience is unmatched. And I think they're more hungry. Like I said, we already talked about the strength of schedule. My freshmen coming in, we have 5 freshmen, and they're all quality freshmen that understand the mission and the goal. I'm not gonna waste a lot of y'all's time, but the one thing that I will say is this. We all know everybody has one goal and everybody wants to try to get to that goal. And I'm supporting everybody until y'all gotta see us. So with that, I want Region 14 men and women to be back on top. And we're gonna have one heck of a year. Go Rangers. Do we have any questions? Hold on, somebody ask me a question.
You tried.
Where did Murphy transfer from?
Texas A&M International.
Okay. And then what fueled that run to the Nationals last year?
You know, something being done, that hadn't been done in 32 years. And so you have to have, there's a lot of things, a lot of ingredients to create a cake. And I tell my girls, Rome wasn't built in one day. You gotta play your best basketball in March. So having young ladies believe, especially girls, them keep on, especially my type of crazy, you gotta have I got a type of crazy that you have to, like, hold on, do I really want to do this? But when you love and trust and have a good staff and a good support system, that the girls start to buy in and understand, I think that, and they start seeing the product of the work they put in, I think that's all that into one pot creates something special. The standard is the standard, and we don't deviate from it. We make sure that everybody is held accountable, even down to myself. And so, you know, like other people have said, people don't talk about your coaching. Even now, something we ain't done in 32 years, people still say, I can't coach, I can't worry about it. You stay in your lane, you do what you're supposed to do, and you let God take care of the rest. That was a good question.
Coach,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm glad you came back up, because I had a question.
Yes, sir.
How much have you or will you stress to your team the target on your back?
They know it. They know it and they understand it. When you have coaches that already understand that target, I tell them every single day, the way you carry yourself and your character matters. So we understand what's up. We understand what's against us. We ain't scared of it. We prepare for the smoke. And we're okay with that, because that's what comes with it. Heavy is the crown that got there. everybody wants that title, but what you gonna do to stay there? So we're very much so prepared, we very much so understand. And I just tell them, don't look to your left, don't look to your right. We know what our goals are, we know what we're doing as young ladies, we know what we set up for. And let people throw the darts, let people do everything. But we worry about blue squad and blue squad only.
Any more questions?
No more questions, this was fun. Come on, Jack, give me one.
All right, next we have Brittany Christian from Paris Junior College.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, business first. Thank you guys. We're gonna hear it every time we first come up here, but thank you TJC for hosting. Thank you to all the media and everybody, the committee that just puts this on year after year. I think it's a really big thing now, especially in recruiting and for kids to feel like they're big time where they are. And so for our JUCO conference to take media seriously and conference promotion and stuff like that seriously, like it means something. I even love that we have our players in here today. I think this is, again, just good for the growth of programs and to, just keep honoring our platform and pushing it forward day by day. So I truly do appreciate all that you guys do to put this together. That being said, I am entering my 5th year at Paris Junior College. It has been a journey, to say the least. But the thing that I am, most excited about this year is that I think that we have a love for athletics in particular and it's coming from the top now. I think we always have had, like me and Coach Boyd, we talk a lot, we share a lot of info, we share, players, just in the recruiting process and stuff like that. But we have a new president now, we have a really good AD, and I think that the growth from the top is really showing in the growth of our program, especially as I come into year 5. I would say that this year, I think I probably have a team now that has best reflected who I am as a coach and what I would like our program to stand for. So I'm really excited to take these kids on the road and to just put the work in. The young lady that I have with me here today is Serena Anukum. She is a sophomore returner, and Serena was our silent assassin. She is a kid that she will go stand in a corner and not speak to a person. But when you look at the stat sheet, she has done any and everything that you could have possibly asked for her. Last year, she played 40 minutes a game at PG as a freshman and was not a PG walking in the door. The PGs that we had just weren't really getting the job done, and she showed that she could do it. She took it on the chin and she did it. That being said, she averaged something like 9.8 points per game last year. She led Region in 14 in steals as a freshman. She defends. I don't want to get on a bus without her, ever. So that's the kind of kid that is kind of leading the charge for our program this year. And we're backing her up with a good group of returners. I have a post player that has done the work. She came in, how most kids come in a little out of shape and, not really knowing of how to make ground collegiately when you've always been the biggest kid on the floor, and now she's not. The work that she did throughout last season and to come into this year, her growth has been tremendous. I think she's going to anchor us a great deal. Her name is Anasia Wilcox. Following that up, I have Araya Ross, who played a lot of minutes for us last year. Again, another kid that just did everything I asked. At 5'10", she came in as a guard. We got down on numbers, and she played the 4 for me most nights. She battled bigs. She came out to the wing when I needed to in our 4-out offense. Again, anything that I asked her to do, she did. And she did it with, just great gratitude and a smile on her face. And, yeah, coach, whatever you need from me, I'm going to shoot her. So, again, when I had those kids kind of leading the charge this year, our freshmen are doing a really good job of falling in line and taking on that same mentality. I do have another redshirt freshman that didn't get to play last year due to an injury, but she's been in the program for the past year. She saw the work being done. She's in tune. So I think I'm looking forward to putting her on the floor this year. And we got a transfer from Grayson, another post player who's really versatile, can step out and shoot the ball all the way to the 3, isn't afraid to get inside and rebound and make run a little bit. So our sophomore class, I am really excited about to lead the charge for us. Freshman-wise, we have come from a little bit of everywhere. I know Coach Lee mentioned it. We just don't limit ourselves with recruiting. I have freshmen from Baltimore, Maryland, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a couple Texas kids. I'm trying to think about who else I have. I just drew a blank. But, you know, again, that group is just doing the work. I love the fact that they are, like, the way that my sophomores work in league, my freshmen are beating them to the gym now. And it's not because they're slacking. My freshmen are staying late to get shots up. And again, it's all due to the leadership of my sophomore group. So again, if just a few of those freshmen come along and kind of grow on the trajectory that I expected them, I think we'll be really competitive in conference play, and that's what I'm really looking forward to most as I go into season 5. Any questions?
What makes Region 14 such a tough conference?
I mean, you're gonna hear it time and time again. Not only do we just attract really good players, and we can walk into any gym and it be a double overtime, knockdown, drag out. I mean, these coaches are high level. They're tenured. I wanna say, either between me and Chelsea, maybe stuff, like we're probably the youngest coaches in here. So again, we're going up against like tenured coaches that have experience and been to national tournaments, like that's what makes Region 14 good, on top of just attracting natural talent. Like there's a battle on the floor every night, there's a battle in the huddle every night, there's a battle in preparation every day in practice, because we know that not only do our players have to be prepared, but so do us as coaches. We have to have as much knowledge and as much opportunity for our kids to be successful as well. And I think that is probably one of the big differences in what makes Region 14 just, it's a knockdown, drag out every day.
Anyway, thank you.
I want to echo Coach Christian's comments. Welcome to the players. It's kind of cool to look out there and see you all. We'll look forward to watching you play throughout the year. We now enter the Coach T coaching tree portion of our deal. Chelsea Hudson from Panola College.
Excuse me, as I limp up here, I get knee replacement or hip replacement surgery. I pray for we win the championship this year, then I'll get surgery after that. I feel like I should step up here and say, I give honor to the Lord, the head of my life in this house. If you're from the South, you understand what that is. I feel like I'm at church, I'm a visitor, first time visitor, and I'm speaking. So with that, again, I honor everyone, this house, Trina, TJC. The house has been honored, but I honor it. Y'all can clap on that, clap for the Lord. If you know what I'm talking about, I apologize. It's okay, it'll be all right. But again, thank you. I want to give a shout out to my president, Dr. Pace, my AD, Don Clinton, who again took a chance on me 4 years ago. And then also Coach Joe in his absence, the success he had last year. And then my other counterpart, Coach Rob, again, it is great to have someone who understands who we work together. It's not a competition. To all the coaches in the league, again, Addie, I was an assistant when you was there. I see Eddie, I was with him before. He was at Bossier, so I can appreciate the growth that I get, even Grant, people that I've had in the gym that I've worked alongside as an assistant, but also as a head coach. I genuinely appreciate everyone I've worked alongside, everyone I've talked with. I appreciate it, which leads me again into my tree, my people. We are trying to eat this year. I think the first thing I did with that is getting 2 new assistants. Not at my old assistants, but Trayshawn McCampbell and Kaylin Johnson. I really appreciate what they're doing. We actually got one at the doctor right now here in Tyler with one of my kids, and then one is back at work, so we're holding the fort down. Even on a day like this, they are here willing to work first and serve our kids, so we can appreciate that. This year, we are trying to eat. We are where everything is accomplished together. That's what we were saying. Everything is accomplished with us losing what we lost about 90% last year, rating Region 14 Player of the Year in Awa Fane, also a WBCA All-American, NJCAA All-American. It goes to show the foundation she left. Even in JUCO, it's kind of hard to lay foundations because we lose kids quite often, but I can appreciate the foundation that crew left. And that leads to my 3 returners, Shane Parker, Robin Gilmore Rose, who I have, A.K. Twin, A.K. Robert Ray, A.K. Ryan Shiesty. My kid from Red Oak is just a hockey kid, and Gloria Tony. Those are our only 3 returners. That's about 9% of my offense has come back, so we really are starting over. We have transfers in Alana Nierocker, Jaya Johnson, Justice Leon, Summer Henderson, and our D1 transfer, Jay Deal. We are super excited about those. You won't get to see 2 of my freshmen. Unfortunately, I had an Achilles tear and an ankle break. So, you'll see 2 of my freshmen in Beretti, BB, Conti, and Cedrea Patterson. We're excited to just go right now. We are looking to get a full roster. I feel like I'm in COVID again, where you have 3 people in, 3 people out, 4 people gone. You don't have a full roster yet, but again, we are looking to accomplish everything together. We're not making any excuses. Again, I've seen people in this league win with 6, 5, 4, it really don't matter. So we won't make excuses. We're just excited. Catches about January. Like you said, I respect and love everybody in here, except for the 80 minutes I played. I don't like you, I don't want to talk to you, don't look at me. Yep, I hate you, there it is. But outside of that, again, we are reference, we are here. Again, shout out to TJC and your representation, even you, I've been with you too. Great coaching tree, great people to learn from, and we're just really excited for what's to come.
So, how do you replace that All-American? How do you replace your All-American?
You let her recruit for you and bring some friends in. Shout out to JD, who is also from Senegal, along with Iowa. But also just the recruiting trail, you get out and you go work. I have kids from New York, I have kids from Trinidad, Nigeria, Atlanta, so we kind of leave Texas because we kind of compete for those kids. But you go out and you work and you pray that no one gets injured and you work hard in practice.
I don't know if your team is going to eat, but the shoes will eat. Both the shoe bins, the shoes of the tournament so far, they will be holding their own press conference later on after this. Excellent job. Next, from Trinity Valley Community College, Precious Ivy.
All right, good day to everyone here. I'm gonna start out like everybody else. Thank you to the media. Thank you to TJC. Thank you to our president for giving us the opportunity to do what we do. Thank you to Eddie Kite, the new VP at TVCC, for giving us the tools and the instruments that we need to be successful. And something Coach Lee said, she said, slow feet don't eat. My feet not very fast, but I don't think I've missed a meal yet. But I believe you. So, if you slow, you just gotta keep something in your pocket and stash to eat later. But anyway, let's snack. But anyhow, TVCC this year, our slogan is we're all in. Either you in or you out. You either 2 feet in or you're 2 feet out. That's the only way. I don't know a team in the country that's won a national championship at any level, at any sport, with kids that are straddling the fence. It's not happening. So either you with it or you're not with it. You get on board or you jump off. It's just that simple. And that's kind of been our motto since the ball stopped bouncing last March. Okay. I have 2 new assistants in Coach West and Coach Baxter. I don't know if y'all seen Coach Baxter, but he's hip-hopping around on his crutches because we all in. He was in practice, trying to make a move. His feet wasn't in. Just him. So I say that to say that we do whatever we have to do as coaches. If that means we got to get in the drill, if that means we have to go to Walmart and get medicine, whatever it means, that's what we have to do. Fortunately, he wasn't going to play in the 40 minutes of play anyway, so right now I think we're going in a good direction. Last week we were unable to play in the day immediately because we had somebody in the hospital, we had a couple people get MRIs, and we had some sicknesses, including myself, but I think that's all part of the season. That's kind of builds us to where we want to go. If you don't have adversity, obviously as coaches we have to create it, but if you know what I know, it's going to happen on its own. So the better we are at getting through the adversity and the roadblocks, then I think it helps us in the long run down the line. Preseason is just that, it's preseason. And as Coach Williams alluded to, the strength of schedule does matter because I think that's what builds us and makes Region 14 so good because we're not afraid to go out and play Mississippi, Florida, West Texas. I'm sure we're even willing to go out of the country if we could. But I think that the way we build our schedules and we do kind of cross over and play other people is what makes us so good when January starts. And in January, that's when the meat of the whole season gets going. And it's gritty, it's tough, but that's what makes us mighty. And as everybody knows Coach T is always saying Region 14 is mighty. It definitely is, and it's simply because we compete every night, and everybody is never taking anybody for granted. I don't care if you are 1-20 or you are 20-1, we prepare the same. And that's exactly what we do, we prepare. And I think preparation is key. And right now, I'm just trying to get my young babies to understand that if you don't prepare, it will not happen. There's no switch, there's no secret formula. If you don't get it done in practice, it's not gonna happen on Wednesdays and Saturdays when we get to conference, and it's just that simple. So, we'll start with our two returners, Jalea and Nyla Hooten. I don't know what percent of our offense they were last year, but I know that both of them are coming back and they're hungrier than they were in their freshman year. Nyla and Jalea are both coming off surgeries, but I think that they've been a very good leading force for our crew because they do understand what's at hand, and they did not like the feeling of not being at the national tournament last year. So I think that has been a very good force for them to push to the new kids. Whether they're freshmen, whether they're sophomores, transfers, it doesn't matter. They've been leading, I think, in the right direction. Jalea being a point guard, I've seen some stuff from her this year that I didn't dream of her doing last year simply because she's just quiet. But one day she says, Coach, let me say something. And I don't want to repeat what she said, but just know I think they got the message. She was angry about how things were going, and when you have a leader that wants to step in and say something without you having to say something, I think your team is going to be pretty good. With Nyla Hooten, what I remember from her last year, she was a defensive stopper, which is kind of what I want us to stand for this year. I want to be 94 feet of hell, and I want to make sure that we are defending and getting back to the Valley way. And Mr. Landers back there, I think he understands what that means because he kind of created that just 94 feet of hell. And so we want to get back to doing that. With our sophomores that are transfers, we have Heaven Jordan, who is sitting in the back of the room, who I brought with me today. She's a sophomore coming in with some experience from where she came from in Florida. And she has been a bright light defensively because I think that anytime there's a play that needs to be made, she's there. Whether it's a charge, whether it's a dig down and help on the post, whether it's a show and go because somebody's getting beat off the dribble, she's been really good at that. And lately, for some reason, all of a sudden, she just started talking. And so when your kids get to communicate and talking, then you know you're doing the right things. We have Malaysia Smith, who we have not seen yet in the preseason. She got injured early. Excuse me. But I'm excited about what she brings, especially because she's coming from DeSoto. And as we all know, in women's basketball, DeSoto is a tough place to go out and play. She's a state champion, so I know she's going to bring a winning mentality, which is exactly what we need at the Valley. Daniela Valencia, that is Miss Danny. Danny's about 6'4", my big gentle giant. But if you ever get behind her and she bagging on down to give you a little bump, you're going to feel it. We have a practice guy by the name of Landon. She's hit him in the chest a couple times. And all you see, and he's like, he don't want to come back for more, but he comes back every day to make sure that she's getting the work in that she needs. We have Malaya Jones, who we got late from Nichols. She's originally from Georgia. Good things come in small packages. That's all I can tell you. The kid she's strong, she's powerful, she's a termite. And so I look forward to the things that she's going to be able to provide for us as far as her scoring ability, her experience coming from the Division I level. She played about 18 minutes as a freshman, averaged I think 6 or 7 points. And in my opinion, that's going to translate really well over into Division 14. Is that all my sophomores? I think so. Moving on to our freshmen, they're just that, they're fresh. And they are what I call silly. And if y'all seen us play already, you know exactly what I mean by that. We're going to do some silly things. But the best part about it is they come back for more. And they're not scared. I think I'm a little crazy. But I think at this point they've embraced it. And they just like, what else is she going to throw at us? And so my big thing is if I can throw everything at them early, then when it gets tough, then they'll know how to come out swinging. Celeste Ward is from Dallas, 5'9" guard, home, athletic. I don't even know if she understands the tools that she has to be a great player, but if I can ever get her between here to figure it out, she's going to be just fine. I mean, it's no move she can't do. It's just deciding when the right move is the right move. Autumn Sherman, small shooter out of South Grand Prairie, another powerhouse women's basketball program. She's been to the state tournament herself. We got Khalees Buffin, a local legend out of Tyler. We have not got to see her play either. This preseason, she suffered some health issues early in the summer, and we're still trying to figure things out, but we are excited about what she can bring to the table. Miss Nuria, she is from Barcelona, Spain. I don't know what she's saying. She don't know what I'm saying, but she plays hard, and that's it. We play charades a lot. We play, like, draw a picture. This is what you're talking about, but I do know she's going to get on the floor. She's going to play hard. She can shoot it really well. She's tough. The speed of the game is moving very fast for her, just like our language. But the minute she figures it out, language-wise, I think that's going to up her game as well. But she's bringing some good things to the table. Miss Taylor Davis, she is from Arkansas. I believe that kid can score it. I think she shows me a glimpse of, I know the old heads know who Cortesia Dean is, Miss Nunu. She puts me in the mind of that kid who was a two-time All-American with us, so that's a bright spot. Miss Noma is from Alabama, 6'1", freshman. She's long, she's athletic, she's a rim protector. I'm just gonna say she's our Matumbo, but it's no if she's in the paint. I think that's everybody. Other than that, again, I want to say thank you to TJC, thank you to our staff, congratulations to Big GH on winning the national championship. I echo what some of the other coaches have said. It makes life so much easier when the men's and women's basketball program get along. I mean, it's simple as a text. Coach, can we switch times? Coach, can I go longer? Coach, can we this, can we that? And it's 90% of the time it's yes, unless it is just something die hard that's in the way that they can be flexible. But it's a joy working with him. It's a joy watching him. If you've never watched him, if you've never seen him practice or coach, it is magical. It's a clinic every day. And my staff, my team, we go in, we watch him, and he just knows how to win. And so anytime you have the secret formula in your gym, you gotta pay attention. That's all I got. Any questions, comments, or concerns from anyone?
Goodness gracious. I'm a big fan of Kelsey, Khalees, I'm sorry. When will she be able to be back playing?
That is a great question. Only God knows the answer. She has a doctor's appointment this week, actually, and so hopefully when she gets to that doctor's appointment, we're able to get some good news and we can get her going. Obviously, she hasn't worked out, I think, since, I want to say like July 17th, somewhere in there. So as much as I thought we could build on what she already had in the preseason, we just gonna hit the ground running whenever she's available. Anybody else? All right, thank you, Go Cards.
Thank you, Precious. And rounding out the women's basketball coaches will be Trina Thomas from Tyler Junior College.
You guys didn't follow instructions very well. I'm the older lady.
What song is that, if you don't mind us asking?
You know what? That is some Christian gangster. That's your walk up music. You know, I got
it was Brick House.
Brick House is my walk up. And Bad Mama Jam. I got a Galaxy. All of my old assistants will talk noise about me here at the Galaxy and but once again, I want to mimic what all the coaches said. I think Stephanie said it best with all the thank yous and the kudos and all that great stuff. Thank you for our college. I thank my athletic office for walking all the way down from the front office and coming down here to support us. That was a long trip. Thank you, Dr. Drain, for coming out and walking across campus in that big, fine office and believing us, and we're not going to talk about that. But to the men's basketball coaches, big kudos to you guys. You guys became us last year. We're used to women's basketball being the one that gets 3 to the tournament, 3 that goes out there and shows out, and then 1 that brings home the title. And you guys did that, so big kudos to you. Coach, I want to come see you practice. I'm asking you right now. You said, y'all heard it, when I show up, Eddie, do not kick me out of the gym. JJ did a phenomenal job, Nola did a phenomenal job with all you did. I think our guys were absolutely amazing. To our women's coaches, I mean, no matter what you put on this sheet about where your rankings are, it's not how you start, but how you finish. We had a lot of injuries last year, and I don't know what we were picked. I think we were picked 5th last year. And for our team to finish 2nd in the region, I want to say pretty high in the conference, after all our injuries, that means in Region 14, night in and night out, you got to come play. You got to bring your game, and you can't think, oh, I'm going to get off because TJC's injured, or somebody's having a bad night, or a coach is gone, or something's missing. We're coming to play. We're coming to play, and we're here to stay. And that's the beauty of this region. The one thing, first I'm going to apologize, because once upon a time, I sat where you were sitting. And there was names like Dale Dodson, Leon Spencer, Scott Jernander, and Roy Thomas. And I would sit there and I'd say, ooh, they're so old. How have they been in junior college this long? And Roy walked up with a bad hip. Now I'm the old lady in the conference. These babies are probably saying that. Chelsea's walking up with a bad hip. It's the same. The only thing that's different is these kids are staying the same age and we're getting older. And so we're having to work within that. So helping me to work within that, I signed myself a coach that if she could play for me right now, I would be already booking my ticket to Lake Charles. Tiara Young, where are you? Tiara Young is my assistant coach. She started off at LSU. From there, she went to U of H. After that, she finished her grad year at SMU. Baby, yesterday in practice, she put an LSU, SMU, U of H whooping on our kids. I had to stop practice. I just stopped shell drill. I was like, y'all can't beat her. Let's just be done with it. She was putting a smack down on those kids. But if those kids can play against that day in and day out, that's going to help them get better. Because as usual, we all say, age-challenged children. I did not call it the Y word. But we always want to end up. End up. And what I mean by end up is wherever you put us on here, our goal is to end higher than that. We want to excel. We want to be more than what is put on paper, more than what people are expecting us. So my expectations are always higher than what people want to give us. We have 2 kids returning from last year, but they are 30% of our score. I have with me Taylor back there. I call her Taylor. Taylor is from Brenham, Texas. Last year, Taylor, I brought her in as a shooter. And Taylor was terrified of that 3-point line because from high school to college, the 3-point line, that's a gap. And Taylor was terrified, but not this year. Taylor is tearing that 3-point line up. I call Taylor the stepmom. And the reason I call her not the stepmother, the stepmom, because Taylor is so mean to those freshmen. Taylor has a standard for those freshmen that she is not even playing. She wants to win, she wants to do them to do things right, and she holds them to an elevated standard. And when you have a leader like that, your program is already going in the right direction. And on top of that, she is high GPA. She works hard. She's always got a smile on her face. And then she's absolutely gorgeous to me. And I know that doesn't matter. But Monica Baldy is going to bring back point guard leadership. She had a great freshman year. I think she was all conference. She's a kid that we're going to be depending on. We have a kid that came to us that played at Trinity Valley a few years ago that's just speedy. She works hard. Right now, she's having a little too much fun at TJC. I wanted to think Coach T is just the meanest thing since sliced bread, but she doesn't think I'm that mean. We brought in a transfer named Sierra Bracy from a D2. She's a 5'10" athletic kid that once she really gets that dog in her and that self-confidence in herself, because we see her do some things in practice that we're like, if you do this night in and night out, you will be absolutely scary. The rest of our kids are young, but they're gonna play hard. They're gonna give you everything they got. Right now, we're more of a defensive team. They take more pride in their defense than offense. I'm having to beg them to want to score. Now, when you're having to beg kids to want to score, that's a different thing for us. But I do have a little kid out of Chicago, a little left-handed shooter, that I don't have to beg her to score. And I'm telling her, baby, if that ball gets in your hand and you get nobody's looking at you, I don't care if it's at half court, you like that sucker up. So you're gonna see this kid throw the ball up a whole lot because her misses are beautiful misses. And I know that in the coaching world, people are going misses, but her misses are so pretty, it's like they touch the rim and they fall straight down. And those are beautiful misses because that's gonna allow my two big post kids, Holly and Shay, to go up there and just get it and put it back in and not have to work as hard. Holly and Shay, big bodies, I think 6'2", 6'1". Holly is thick-thighed, big butt, little waist, but that kid has it in her to be a big-time player if she gets that mindset. My smallest post player is my most dynamic post player. She's 5'8". I call her can't get right because she can't get right. But when she's on the floor, she makes magic happen. I mean, she will guard your college post player, she will guard your point guard, she will guard your wing, she will guard your head coach, your assistant coach, your manager, your water boy, and your trainer, all at the same time. She is just guarding everybody that's on the floor, and she just works hard. We've got Zoe, a kid that just lives in the gym. I've got 3 kids that I'm in the gym until midnight, and I have to kick them out. I asked God for that. I got it. Now I got bags under my eyes. I just used hemorrhoid cream today to get the bags off from under my eyes. But we are, you didn't have that on your bingo card. We are TJC. We're going to battle. We know when you come into our gym, we're everybody's favorite game. When we come there, everybody's gonna have a special night for it. I know y'all love those rims out there. Somebody said they jump higher when they come into Tyler's gym. I hate it that everybody gets excited to come to our gym because when I go to y'all's gym, I hate going to other people's gyms except for your fans. I can tell you one thing. When I go to other people's gyms, I am absolutely spoiled. When I go to Paris, I get Texas trash. When I go to Kilgore, I get brownies. When I go to Trinity Valley, I get jewelry. When I go to Angelina, I get candy and like people know what I like. That's part of being an old lady. So, you know, it's been a pleasure being with Region 14, and I absolutely love what I do what I love, and I love being around you guys. Thanks for playing. God bless you, and good night.
She's avoiding all questions. We address all questions to Chelsea's shoes.
What do y'all want?
What's got an hemorrhoid cream?
I'm all in on the junior college budget. The Walmart cream. Y'all didn't know that you take the hemorrhoid cream and you just dot it on your Okay, I bet some of y'all will be trying it. Okay.
Coach T, what's it like having your baby away at college?
I don't know if we have enough time for that.
That would hurt.
Phil, I gotta tell you, the struggle is real. Empty nesting is tough. I've been with this kid 18 and a half years. Yesterday was the actual first day she did not call me, and it really hurt my feelings. But she had a rough day. I'm so excited. Like, they called me and asked me would I be at the USC game, and they told me that it sold out, which is her first game. But if everything stays the same, she might be starting. Woo! I know, and so I'm just excited for her. She's had a good preseason. She's been more than what they expected her to be. And so the empty nesting is worth it because I don't have to stress about the basketball part. I don't have to worry about the city. It's a great place for her to be, just kind of like we do with our kids. They're like us. They take care of their babies. she's a JUCO product. She didn't play at JUCO, but you know JUCO, we took care of that baby, and she feels like a JUCO product. So thank you for asking about my sugar.
All right, we will move on to the men's side now. We've already heard from Brandon and Nick, so Rob Rollinson from Panola College.
All right, good morning. I think the first thing I want to say is all glory to God. I think without him, I wouldn't be in this opportunity. Super excited to be a part of Region 14, which is the best region in junior college. I want to give a quick shout out to Jessica Pace, Dr. Jessica Pace, excuse me, and Don Clinton. Two people that obviously gave me the opportunity as well and believed in me, and obviously coming off of a season that we had last year, pretty big time. So super excited to try to keep Panola going in a positive direction. Really ready to get it going, man. Not a man of many words, not really a lot to really talk about, but I want to give a quick shout out to my assistant coaches, Parker Lamar, came down from UAB, and Coach Monty was here with me, played the Big Ten, man. So two guys that's really been positive with me, man, and really going at me every day when we scheduling practices and things like that. And it's been really fun to work with guys around my age and pushing each other every single day to try to reach a common goal. So really excited about the season. We have 4 returners. We have about 7 new kids. A couple transfers, a couple freshmen, and I think one thing I got on Joe Kulagowski about last year was about making sure we get freshmen that are ready to play. Which is very hard to do because everybody has some things that they got to work on. But I think we did a really good job of trying to get a lot deeper. We play a lot of teams in Region 14, and it's 5 in, 5 out sometimes, and going down to Coastal Bend is a tough trip. We tied at Lamar Port Arthur, so I think for us, our biggest thing was try to get deeper. It helps us in practices. It helps us when we battle a lot of injuries and things like that. And so it's been fun. It's been fun. The biggest thing for us too was we played 30 Division I JUCO games this year, which I think is probably the record. Last year was 29, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're gonna keep trying to build off of last season. So we go down to Pensacola, Florida. We're gonna play Chipola, Northwest Florida, Gulf Coast, which in my first year is it's gonna keep me up at night. But I think for me, there's no other way I would want it. To play competition, to kind of see where I'm at, to see where our guys are at, and I think you get to see that early before you get into region play and get prepared for everything. So, like I said, not a man of many words, but super excited to compete against some really good coaches that I got to watch last year as an assistant coach, and very grateful for the opportunity to learn from all you guys in there.
Coach, Panola started with Coach McMillan, and Coach Smith, then Coach Nesbitt, and then Coach Joe, and you got to work, with him last year. Now stepping into the head coach role, just kind of what adjustment is that to keep that program rolling?
Honestly, not much of an adjustment at all, man. I think, you kind of copy and paste kind of what we did last year, obviously with a different team, but, we can get our All-American back, which is fun, and you try to put guys around them that's going to help us, try to get better. And I think the cool thing for them, I think they obviously looked at me and trusted me to do my job, and I think that makes my life a lot easier. But, copy and paste from last year, nothing's really changed. I think we're going to be competitive, a little deeper, and kind of go from there. Cool. Thank you.
I'm going to make a motion right now that he MC next year's, because his voice, that's a rocket voice. Let me come up here. Yeah. All right, next, JJ from NJCAA College.
All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Obviously, God is good, man. I said, okay, let's do it then. God is good all the time. God is good. I'm telling you, I can preach a little bit. Now, honestly, thank TJC for putting on this event. It's always a great event. Before we get started, I just want to give a couple shout outs to my president, Dr. Simon, our whole athletic team, Edgeman College, our leadership team, Two people I want to give a shout out to is a guy named Greg Reeves and Corey Blanford. He's my operation manager and admin assistant, man. He does a great job helping me with my day-to-day work. I mean, I couldn't do my job as one for those two, man. Shout out to Miss Addie and Mercedes for coming. Glad that they are part of our family now. Two great coaches, happy to have them. Gotta give a big shout out to a guy in the back, my new assistant coach. I don't know how I got him. Coach Coleman. Y'all familiar with him. Coach Coleman had a lot of success on the women's side. He decided to hang it up. I was able to talk to him and give him a good stuff that whistle for me. For those who don't know, my assistant coach, Coach Eric Colbert, had a stroke a couple of months ago. He's doing a whole lot better. I ask you guys to continue to pray for him. He's in good spirit. He still come by the gym every day, talk to us, see us, watch family, things like that. But he'll be back with us maybe later on. But Coach Coleman stepped in at a crucial moment. He's been locked in and dedicated. I think he's having a good time with the boys, and I'm just happy to have him on. Also, before I get started, Greg, congratulations, man, on a great season. One heck of a team, man. Enjoyed watching y'all play last year. Also, big shout out to Panola for reaching to the Final Four. The junior group for taking care of business as well as usual when you win the conference. And Stephanie representing our ladies in the national tournament. So congrats to all those teams on that. Somebody asked me when I walked in the door, they said, Coach, man, y'all gonna be boring? I got word last year. And the answer is yes. I mean, those of you play in college, you aim to have a high-scoring game. I think last year we played Panola with 16-12 at halftime. It's gonna be a dog fight, but that's kind of like our identity. So I mean, expect the same thing. Last year was special for us. We were blessed to make it to the national stage and couldn't have asked for a better group of kids. They worked hard, competed, represented us the right way. Not to take anything away from those kids were special, but I can honestly say I think we have gotten better. This probably is, without a doubt, my best team I've had since I've been at Angelina. And it's because of the depth we have and the kids we were able to bring in, but most importantly, we brought back 8 kids from a team that went 29-6 last year. And none bigger than Damon Ely. He's our returning 5-man. Damon he ain't one of those kids that's gonna flash out on you, man, but he's a 6'8", 6'9" kid that does all the other stuff. I mean, he's our biggest talker, and then for the coaches that know basketball, man, if you got a kid that talk like that, I mean, it does wonders. So having him back, he averaged 10 and 8 last year, so he's a big part of our team that's coming back. Our starting 4-man, Jordan Matthews, 6'7" kid out of Louisiana. He averaged around 8 points, 6 rebounds. He's returning as well. Finally got KJ Murray back on track. For those who don't know, KJ started with me his freshman year, averaged about 13 points a game plus, shot 50% from 3. In the 19 games he played, he ended up turning his ACL. Didn't play last year to sit out, but now he's back healthy. I mean, looking really, really good. So glad to have him back with this team. We got 2 transfers that's dogs, man. I know everybody talk about dogs. They use that word a lot. And I know what a dog when I see one. Clarence Paya, transfer from South Plains, 6'6" kid in the wing. Can do it all, score, defense, athletic. And then we also brought in James Pierce, another 6'6" kid from California, who just like Clarence, long, athletic, can shoot it, defend really good. I think really our biggest signing was, of course, Ronald Dorn. If you know Ronald, transferred over from Western Texas, 6'3" point guard, got a man's body. I mean, a man's body, man. He's a dog. Averaged about 12 and 5 last year, Region 5, true point guard. Just a great kid, man. Comes to work hard every single day. And then we also had Julius Crosby, another point guard from Wyoming. Strong body kid. Him and Ronald's kind of the same type of player. They're both around 6'2", 6'3". Quick. It just, I mean, they're gonna be the ones to lead this team. They're already doing it on and off the court. And we also were able to add in 6'10" Big Shake that came in from Senegal, just add some size to our front line. We were able to bring back all 4 of our bigs from last year, and we added him as well. So Just a deep group, great group, expectations set, they are high. Hoping for another great year. I mean, that green piece of paper that just everybody table don't mean anything for the coach to know. I mean, really 14 every night is gonna be a dog fight. Every single night. I mean, talked to Bird earlier, he's humble, talking about his team. He's gonna be, coach, I don't know what he's gonna do. Man, please, I'll show you a squad. Y'all got a good group, so we already know what really 14 looks like every single night. But that's all I have. And anybody got any questions that I can answer right now? I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, next on the docket, Bill Foy from Paris Junior College.
Thank you, Tim. Tim has always done a lot of nice things for our region, kind of behind the scenes guy, dealing with the NJCAA, when there were rules, things that would come up or changes. He's always been on the forefront of that. I want to thank you for that, for doing that over the years. Thank you to Coach Wren, AD here, the Marquises, Mitch, Mike, appreciate you helping set this up for us. Congrats to the coaches last year. What a run, 3 teams to the final 8, so I'm sure everybody's been using that for their recruiting this year. Hey, we had 3 teams make it to the final 8 of this region, but that was impressive. And Greg, what you did coming in here in year 1, it's pretty amazing. And you've just taken the kind of raised the bar. You got the bar sitting up here high, and we're kind of all chasing you, but JJ and Joe and Rob, tremendous job last year getting to the Final Four, and so yeah, exciting things for the league. Coach Christian, I think she walked out. She's very easy to work with. We get along well. Dr. Stephen Benson, our president at Paris, boy, he's been doing a great job. This guy he's a go-getter. He came from McLennan. There's been a lot of changes around our campus, just buildings, landscaping. We actually have landscaping now around our gym. But things are looking good. Things are on the up and up. Coach Cox, our athletic director, is terrific as well. My assistant coach came along with me, Preston Tabor, real excited about him. He's a good one. He's got a bright future. His dad's the head coach at Crum. He comes from a basketball family. He was an assistant, grad assistant at the University of North Texas last year, and then 2 years prior to that was like a graduate manager, and has been around Coach McCaslin. And Coach Hodge, our former Paris Junior College alum, is now the head coach at the University of West Virginia. And Coach Hodge played for me and then took over when I left Paris the first time in 2006, and just done an amazing job, and now Big 12 head coach. That being said, we have 4 returners. I like our team. We've got Amari Brown, Tyler Hankemer, Caleb Barrett, Kylan Freeze back. So we have some returners. I like our freshmen. We did a solid freshman base. I don't think we have any superstars. We got some solid guys that are going to be able to contribute to what we're trying to do. But I like our group. Hopefully I'll like them in February. But yeah, you know how that goes. You run them right now and you're not ready to strangle them there in February. But I like our group. They have a good work ethic. They have a really good spirit. They're a real together unit, and I like that. It makes it easier on us. I mean, yeah, we have our little issues just like everybody else does. But I like what I've seen so far, and so we're excited about this season. But we know it's a meat grinder league, and just everybody's good. And I remember last year, I think it was Brandon. You went up there to play great at his place, and I mean you were really competing with him the first half, and that's what I tell people. That's what I tell our guys. Hey, it doesn't matter who's coming here. You can be the first place team in our league, and the last place team is coming to your place, and you better be ready. You better be ready. If you don't play well in this league, you're probably going to get beat. Doesn't matter if it's Howmore Road. But other than that, I'm honored to still be coaching in this league, and I love to compete. I like coaching against the guys in this league because I know they're good coaches, and I know I'm going to have to coach well to beat them. But they're also good guys. There's good people in this league, good administrators, and and thank you to Phil, Benny, and Brandon for setting this up for us and making this thing happen, and making it professional and big time like this league is. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Next up, we have Robert Bird from Kilgore College.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Awesome, amazing. First and foremost, just want to start out by thanking Tyler Junior College for hosting such a great event, and the entire media committee for just giving us the opportunity to, showcase our student athletes and, the great things that they're doing on a day-to-day basis in each of our communities. Also would like to give a shout out to greatest athletic director a coach could ask for, Dr. Courtney Pruitt. Really appreciate, all the support that you give us down there in Kilgore. Also want to thank best colleague you can ask for, Coach Williams, championship winning coach. She said her players are asking me to save them, and I don't want to save them. I want to sit here and learn as much as I possibly can. So, like, Coach, keep going. I'm learning right now. Also like to thank all of our media counterparts for the great support that you guys give. Chris Craddock, Manny Amounza, and Jack Stallard as well. And then last but not least, my wonderful assistant coaches. I have 2 assistant coaches this year. Parker Bunn, I had the opportunity to coach him at the University of St. Thomas. And then Thomas Hadaway, I had the opportunity to coach him at Kilgore. And so it's always great when you have colleagues that, you have had the opportunity to coach in the past, because that learning curve is a lot easier. They understand the method to the madness. And so, you really have the opportunity to just trust them to go out and sell the vision of the program to the players. And so big shout out to those guys. They do an amazing job with the player development, strength and conditioning, and then leading the offensive efforts for the Rangers. Really excited about this group that we have. We have a total of 15 on roster. We have 8 sophomores, 7 freshmen. I feel like this group, they're going to kind of get back to the brand that we want to play, which is more of an up-tempo brand of basketball. Our 8 sophomore, we have 2 returners. We have Josh Olateo, averaging about 86 last year for us from at the forward spot. And then we have a guard, Caden Myers, led the league in scoring, was a first teamer in the league, and so really excited about him. Also have a couple of transfers, guys that played in different leagues. Jordan Moore, he averaged 12, shot 40 at Bishop State. Daquan Brown shot 38, averaged 15 at Seward. Our 7 freshmen, they just work extremely hard. They work extremely hard, and that's all I can ask for. And so, we're just excited to work with those guys and get the season going here. And so, any questions on any of that? Awesome, amazing. Thank you very much.
Shout out Thomas for succeeding in spite of your father. His dad was our registrar here when I first got here. He's one of my favorite people that's ever been in this place, so tell your dad hi. Next up, Grant McMillan from Navarro College.
Thrilled to be here like always. So this AM, I was driving up here, and I was trying to count the years I've been a head coach in this league, and I was wrong. I had to go to ChatGPT, I had to type in my name to get the correct years. So I thought it was 12. It's only 11, so I was incorrect. This room has changed in those years. It flies by, but I remember being the young guy who was completely scared to death, didn't have a friend in the room, didn't have a plan and, just tried to work hard. Our world's changed since then, We didn't have the transfer portal, COVID, NIL, or anything like that. But I grew up in this league, and I became a man of this league, I think. I had a whole lot of life-changing moments for our league's time. I got married, I lost my dad, I had my beautiful kids in this league, and the unique thing about our league is just like every place that you go, you have people that you can see only once or twice a year, and you just love it. All right. For example, Mike Montfort, Phil Hicks, Benny, Eddie Kite. All right, friends that I really love, and I only get to see them once a year. A huge part of that, it was Coach Mike here at TJC. When I got in the league, like I said, he did not have to do this. He kind of put me under his wing and helped me as a young coach and went out of his way, okay, but did not have to do that at all. And Mitch, Mike, you guys are my prayers all day, every day. I want you to know that, okay? So when I go on the practice floor every day, I know that I'm on a floor where there's been 3 Hall of Fame coaches that have coached. Coach Orr, Johnny Estelle, and then Coach Landers. I understand the history here at Navarro. It's a lot. And I walk in every day with a sense of pride and just being grateful to have the opportunity that I have here at Navarro. Probably the highlight of my week is whenever Coach Orr swings by to practice. And you don't ever know when that's going to be. But he's going to come at least once a week. And whether it's 3 minutes or half an hour, he's going to have some really good advice. And you have to listen, you got to pay attention. He's the only person I've ever met that I don't care what time it is, he can take you from here to here every time that you talk to him. So just very grateful to have him around our program and our kids as well. He also likes to emphasize with me that, junior college is about a few things. Obviously, yes, we all want to win games, we all want to compete, everything like that. But our job is to graduate kids and to move our kids on. And what we have done the last 3 years with that, 21 players who have transferred to 4-year schools, I'm extremely proud of that. Extremely proud. So our team, last year we had 12 brand new players. And that's kind of the world that we live in now. I had some qualifiers who had really good years here in the league for 1 year and had opportunities to transfer, and they did. So as a result, I got 12 brand new guys. I had not had that since year 1 as a head coach, 11 years ago. It was a lot of fun. It really was. It kind of rejuvenated me. We got to teach everything from the ground floor up. I didn't have any expectations with them. There wasn't even an entitlement or anything like that. It was probably one of my most enjoyable years on the floor. So now we have returners. So last year we had 10 freshmen. We bring back 6 who played a large role in our team last year. We have to replace Jalen Griffith, who I thought was great in this league last year. It's going to be hard to do. Last year, we were at the top of a whole bunch of offensive stats, and we're at the very bottom on a whole bunch of defensive stats. So hopefully this year, it's kind of right in the middle in between. Hopefully, that's our goal. But thrilled to be here, like always, and appreciate you guys. Any questions? All right.
Thank you. That was awesome, Graham. Thank you. Our next one, Greg texted me halfway through this thing and asked if he could do his on the court. He's going to run us through a practice, but the members of the media will be the team. That was really cool. That's why Phil left. Exactly why he left. What a wuss. Greg Howard from Trinity Valley Community
Well, I make them do what I make my coaches do. It's 65 when you lose. They don't like that. But, I think, it takes an army of people to win a championship. And I want to, first off, thank you guys for having this. I said it last year, my first year. I was blown away by just this event for Region 14. I've been in different regions and never seen anything like this. But I want to start with my wife and my daughter. My wife is a really competitive woman. Her sister is the head coach at Illinois. She's a basketball wife, and my daughter, Trinity Valley got my wife, made sure she got a job when I got the job, and then got my daughter through hair school, cosmetology school, and she's got a job in the community. I think every time you go home, you're only as good as the people you have around you. And then I want to go to our president, Dr. Morrison. When you talk about competitiveness, he's about as competitive a president as I've ever had and been around, and I love that. Some don't like that, but I love it. I like working for someone that wants to win. And then Eddie Kite, we become real good friends throughout the year. Ever since the interview, when we sat down and had breakfast, everything he said to me, he's done everything he said to me, and I've done everything I told him I would do as far as our relationship. And then it goes to my assistant coaches. I got a great group of assistant coaches. Obviously, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Guy Furr. He's the godfather. He's been in this league forever. And I truly appreciate everything he does. This morning, my coaches have them at 7:15. They're at the elementary schools. They're playing volleyball, playing basketball, and mentoring the elementary kids, and they're going back at noon today because it's an off day, and on our off days we always get to the elementary schools, and then on Sundays we go to a different church every Sunday. So I really appreciate what my assistants have done for our program and getting our student athletes out in the community so we can create an amazing home court advantage because obviously, as we all know, this league is the best league in the country. I said it last year when I was in the middle of it. And I'm glad my daughter can do hair because after sitting up here, actually watching these teams in the jamborees, I'm going to need a hair color by the end of the year because it's going to turn gray because we got some amazing coaches and some amazing teams in this league. But, my assistant coaches are just amazing. And, and then the Village of Champions, all the coaches at TVCC. Coach P, thank you for the shout out that you said to me. That meant a lot to me. But you're wonderful as well. I love working with you. But Trinity Valley is a place where it's a village of champions. We all live together. They all live together on campus. The cafeteria is right across from the dorms. Every coach, every team is in the top 15 in the country. And, all the student athletes know that winning is important because they're around each other every single day. They eat together. So the other coaches, they bring so much value to me, and I just enjoy my time with them and talking to them. And then my team, to bring back 3 academic All-Americans first in Zadi and MJ and Braylon. And what great leadership I'm blessed to have with those 3 returnees. They're all getting, high mid-major offers, and they're just tremendous everyday guys, everyday people. I think it's more about what type of people you have in your program. We all have really good players. We all got great size, we got great bodies, but what type of people do you have? Do you have everyday people that do the right things? Because doing the right thing is a hard thing, especially in today's world, how the world has changed so much, like you said, Grant, in your 11 years. I totally agree, but the hard thing to do is the right thing, and to be on time, to be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be. to, be engaging with other people. It's not about you, it's about, everyone else, and to be selfless instead of selfish. Those things are all things that we're trying to install, but a lot of that goes with recruiting, and I feel like the apple never falls far from the tree when you're recruiting. I like to have the parents, come in on a visit if they can, if they're capable of making it happen, so I can meet the parents, because, in my time, the apple don't fall far from the tree, and we got a great group of young men that I get to coach every day. We got a long way to go. We're not even close to who we're going to become, but we are taking it one day, one play, next play, new day. We're not holding grudges against each other, or coaches aren't holding grudges against the players. All we can continue to do is push them above and beyond their limits, make practice harder than the games, challenge them mentally, create adversity, make them tougher, and it's nothing but love too. It's not like it's personal, it's just, we got to challenge them, and through those challenges, our team will grow. And last year's team, I say it all the time, I've been blessed to win 2 national championships, but you got to create luck. And you create luck every day by what you do, from the time you wake up till the time that sun goes down. The amount of time you invest in your student athletes, the amount of time you invest in the people you have around you, and the amount of time you invest in the community, and in the college as well. And just being about, everything else, and working hard. And, we created luck. Let's be honest, we should have lost to Collin County. They missed a wide open layup at the buzzer. I guess the moment was too big for that young man, but I wouldn't be up here saying I won a national championship if they made a layup, but that's what I'm talking about creating luck in the biggest moment. I feel like last year's team created luck because of just the grind and sticking with it, and this league is 20 games home and away. I tell everyone that it's the best, but it's like a Division I league. It feels like I'm back in Division I, because that's how a Division I league is. It's like the Big Ten or the SEC. It's real every single night. You got to travel, and it's just a hard league. And the coaches, the style of play, everybody's got a different style of play, and it's just fun. It's really fun. I'm truly honored to be a part of this league. And people, said after we won last year, what are you going to, I'm like, man, I'm coming back to every one of these coaches, every one of you guys in here, make me a better coach. And, you make me prepare, and you make me just better. And I just want to thank you guys for that. And I don't know which coach said it, but there's some great human beings in this room, and some great people. And we all want to, when we play each other, it's 40 minutes of you coach your team, I coach my team, and we're going to compete, and let the team that plays the best and makes the least amount of mistakes win the game. And then we shake hands and we move on. And no matter if it's, last year at Angelina, we had, a little, I love JJ. JJ's the ultimate competitor. JJ made his style of play makes us all better coaches, because you don't see that in junior college, where you got a coach that's, it's pretty impressive that he can get his team to execute for 30 seconds, possession after possession after possession, without turning the ball over and cut, stagger, cut, back cut, boom. Shot goes up, offensive rebound. Oh, here we go again. You got to guard again for 30 more seconds. The discipline it takes to play against that type of team is the reason why they went to the Elite Eight. And kudos to you, Coach JJ, and you're a fierce competitor. And Joe, I know Joe moved on, and Rob, I know you're going to do a tremendous job. I really enjoyed at the hotel last year getting to know you at the region tournament. And I just want to wish everybody in here the best of luck. And it's going to be an amazing year. And I know that someone out of this room is going to host a national championship trophy at the end of the year. And let's just keep making each other better. Let's keep promoting our league. Let's keep promoting each other. Let's keep promoting our kids, because that's what it's all about. It's about our league, you know, like they said, everything's just bigger in Texas. And you know, right now, Region 14 is, for both men and women, it's where it's at. So let's just keep supporting each other. And thank you guys. Any questions for me? Perfect. Thank you.
All right, finally, I do want to give a shout out real quick to Doug Wren for letting me MC this. It's always cool to come home and see a lot of familiar faces, but in large part, I wanted to do it to introduce the next person. Benny Rogers, the committee, Eddie Kite, thanks for moving it over here for this year for this reason. Mike Marquis is in his 38th year coaching, 25th here at TJC. I got here 27. Trina was my first time, Mike was my second. He's been an indelible mark on this conference. You mentioned it. He has no problem calling a new coach into this region and taking him under the wings. Hopefully you did go to Michael and got a lot of it straight after Mike Marquis visited with him. Landers could clear up a lot of it, and hopefully that was good. But as you know, he's been battling some off-the-court issues. And so I have all the confidence in the world because he's got experience at winning. He's got 735 of them in this JUCO. And so he won a big one yesterday. He got to ring the bell for his last chemo treatment. Still has more radiation treatments to go. I know he wishes he was here, and I know he wishes he could be on Zoom. But unfortunately, he can't. But fortunately, things, and maybe Mitchell will tell us, but things are going better. And so my prayers are with him. My prayers are with Coach E. I didn't know that until you said that, Connie. Didn't know that. So my prayers are with everybody that's kind of struggling right now. Anybody that's come up here and talked about their team injuries, my prayers are with that we're all good because it is a family. 30,000-foot view, it's all a family. At the end of the day, the king and the pawn go back in the same box. It's a family. So Coach Marquis isn't here to speak with us today, but Coach Marquis is. So Mitch,
first off, I just want to thank God. Our family has been going through a lot since last May when my grandfather passed away. So we've been going through a lot. I don't think I could be up here without him in my life, so I want to appreciate him first. Then I would like to thank our media members. Phil has been awesome, done a great job. Brandon, fantastic, and Benny, I know you and Phil started this a long time ago. Couldn't appreciate you guys enough. Then our athletic staff, Dr. Drain, been great, been helpful with this whole thing. Our AD, Doug Wren, our assistant ADs, Preston Caldwell, Carson, and our new hire, Leah. You guys have been great in this transition for me too. You've been nothing but supportive, so it's been just, I'm really humbled to be able to stand up here in front of some of the great coaches on the men's and the women's side today. Our league is tough, it's great. We've got coaches at our level in this league that are some of the best coaches in the country, bar none at any level. GH has proven that. Coach Rob was a big part of that at Panola last year, and JJ did a great job. Precious, we've known you since you're an assistant here, going on the bus trips together. Coach Bird, you've done a great job since you moved to Kilgore. You guys like Bill and Grant who've been around the league, it's been fantastic. I think our biggest thing is we're coming back. We've got a lot of sophomores, 4 of which were starters. They've got chips on their shoulders. I couldn't pick a better group of guys to go through this with. They've been supportive for us every single day. It's been a blessing to be with them every single day. I too also use hemorrhoid cream under my eyes. We're hoping to get an NIL deal out of this. So we're hoping we get that pulled off. But we're really excited about the year. We're ready to compete. Region 14 is a monster. I was lucky enough to play in it. I'm lucky enough to coach in it. So we look really forward to it, seeing you guys out on the road, just learning from you guys. It's been great. And I want to thank Michael Landers especially. He's been sending a text to my dad almost every day. It's very appreciative to our family. It means a lot to Coach Mike. He wishes he could be here. He's in really good spirits. I think after our jamboree on Friday, I think about 8 a.m. Saturday morning, I was getting text messages of things we needed to do better already. So he's still in really good spirits. But we're really excited about everything. Love the group that we have coming back. We're kind of led by our sophomores on and off the floor. 2 really good guards from North Carolina, Kate and Chris, who are all region performers last year. As you guys know, it's a lot easier when you have sophomore guards. They kind of set the tone for us. But we look forward to competing. Thank you all for coming out here today, and thanks to everybody putting this on.
All right, with that, a couple things, a couple highlights. There is a CVS on 5th Street to the north and to the south. I did not have that on the bingo card. I did not have slow feet Tony, Believeville, lots of ingredients to create a cake. My kind of crazy, she's a termite, and I know a dog when I see one.
You didn't win, is what you're saying.
And the gold shoes. All right, Phil Hicks, before he skedaddled somewhere, he did ask the following, could all the coaches and the players that are attending, before you go snag your lunch out there, could you meet over here by the side? I want to get a good group photo of the coaches and the players that are here. And then I know specific media may have specific people they want to pull out. So we'll do that. And then, hey, Doug, is the jersey match just right outside?
Right outside.
All right. So with that, we're adjourned. Coaches, players, photo. We'll meet them. Unload. Safe travels.